What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Ma Esto. This is round 5 of season 1. Apologies for the silence. For the past couple of moments, I was dealing with some stuff here behind the scenes. But we are back for round 5. We have 2 more qualifiers to go before we head to Fainali. This week, we are back with our 4 lounges that you can see on the right hand side. Parklands, 3 points clear at the top with 15 points. Horizon obviously representing Parklands. Kweti representing Buruburu in second with 12 points. We'll be seeing them play in just a few moments. In third place, we have Limbs Entertainment representing Donholm, who have 8 points. And down at the bottom, we have Donbashira Gaming Lounge with 6 points. So a lot of ground to cover for those bottom 2 lounges. But especially for Limbs, still with a chance of making the top 2 if they really pull up the socks. So it's going to be it's a tough ask for them at this point, but it is not impossible. So as you can see there, we have game 1, which we're going to be seeing in just a few moments. We have Donbashira Gaming Lounge versus Kweti Gaming Lounge. I believe both. You can see Kweti's feed on our screen right now. Donbashira Gaming Lounge should also be online. And then following that, we'll be seeing Horizon Gaming Lounge play against Limbs Entertainment. So that's going to be interesting to see. But yeah, we're just waiting for that first match. The last tournament actually did not run quite as smoothly as we would have hoped. There were plenty of walkovers. We only had the final in the end, which was between Donbashira and Kweti, the 2 teams we're about to watch here. And that one was, bro, the score was through the roof, double digits, 10-0 in the end for Kweti. So Donbashira will be looking for some revenge. I'm sure they'll have gone away and managed their squad a little bit. But yeah, we are set to go. I'm not sure what the delay may be behind the scenes. Hopefully no internet issues again. That's something that hampered us last week. But yeah, we're just waiting for this match between Kweti and Donbashira to kick off. Of course, the 2 semifinals are both 2 legs. And following that, we'll be seeing the 3rd place playoff and the final, which are both 1 leg. So the 3rd place playoff, of course, between the losers and the final between the winners. So yeah, we are ready to go. Hopefully the players are as well. I'm gonna need to find something to charge this phone of mine on the side. No communication. Sorry, just seeking some communication from management behind the scenes. I don't know. Hopefully there's no issues hampering like either squad, because it would be very nice if we could get things started as soon as possible. So as I said, this is the second last sort of preliminary round. We have 6 of them. We're in round 5. And following that, of course, the top 2 lounges will be facing off in the final tournament, Fainali, Ma Esto Fainali. As it stands at the moment, it looks like those 2 lounges will be Horizon and Kweti. Horizon, I think it's safe to say, have more or less booked their place in the final. The mathematical calculations, I think, are beyond me at this point, but the minimum they can finish with from here on out is 17 points. And I believe, yes, so Donholm can only get to 16 points. If Limbs win this and the next 2 rounds, they'll get to 16 points. So Horizon are into the final event. So it's down to the last three lounges really to really pull up their socks. Don Bashra, realistically, very much with the slimmest chance. But again, mathematically, they're not out of it just yet. But I think if Kuwaiti, let's just pull up those. I want to do some maths. uh, so if Don Bashra win this and the next round, they would have 14 points, which is the minimum Kuwaiti can finish with at this stage. So I think if Kuwaiti Gaming Lounge can finish second at a minimum here, they'll have booked their place in the final. Or rather, Don Bashra will be out, Mombasa will be out, Lims won't be out yet, I don't think. For Lims to be out, Kuwait, you have to get to 17 points. So, um, yeah. So Don Bashra have the slimmest chance of making the finals at this stage. But it's shaping up to be an interesting end to the competition here. Just a reminder of the matches we're waiting for today. Again, I'm not sure why it's not starting. We can see Kuwaiti's feed here. That Liberty Gamer account should be Don Bashra Gaming Lounge's account. So, yes, you can see some info on the matches at the bottom as well. So that's the first match we're waiting for. And we'll be seeing Horizon versus Limbs following this one. Again, 10-0 was the score between these two lounges, Don Bashra and Kuwaiti, at the last tournament in the final. A very, very high scoring match, the highest scoring match of the competition so far. Or rather, I don't actually know if it's the highest scoring overall, because we've had like 8-4s and 7-4s. We've had scorelines like that, but in terms of highest scoring for one team, the most goals scored by one team, by one lounge, that match definitely broke the record. It's the first time we saw double digits. So if that record is beaten again, I'll be extremely surprised. Getting to 11 goals in one match, I doubt that will happen, because Don Bashra really have put in some at other stages. At some stages, they've put in some strong performances. At one point, nearly knocking out Horizon. I think it was round 3, round 2, round 3. They met Horizon in the semis, and they very nearly knocked them down to the third place playoff. So I think it's a thing where maybe they just haven't found the consistency they needed to really compete for those points. Horizon have really run away with the competition so far. But yeah, maybe Don Bashra just haven't quite found that consistency. Again, mathematically they're not out yet, but if Kuwaiti finish second, at least in this tournament, then Don Bashra will have no chance of making the final. This is the third time I'm going to pull up the standings, just as a reminder. So yeah, Mombasa down there, if they win this and the next tournament, they'll get 8 points, which is 14. And of course, Buruburu finishing fourth in this and the next tournament would take them to 14 points. So if they get to 15, Mombasa is out, So, and for them to get to 15 today, they'd have to finish second. So that's why I'm saying if Buruburu finish second here, Mombasa is out. So yes, very interesting dynamic here today. And those two those very two lounges that sort of one depending on the other, they're about to face each other. But again, I'm not entirely sure what the delay is all about. I know there's a few people waiting. Again, I'm not entirely sure what's happening. So yeah, we just have to wait and see what happens. I've been talking for a fair few minutes. I don't know if anyone in the chat has anything to say or any questions about the competition, but yeah, it's been interesting. Obviously, the first it's a new FIFA 21 league we're running here at Pro Gaming. Um, gonna be expanding for season 2 for sure. We've had interest from other areas of Nairobi, other areas of Kenya. Uh, lounges in other counties, players in other counties and in Nairobi, sort of expressing their interest. So I think it is we can definitively say we'll be seeing more lounges in the league next season. Uh, whether or not they'll be able to match Horizon remains to be seen, but they've definitely been dominant. I think last the last tournament, round 4, was the first time we didn't see them in the final, and that's only because they succumbed to a walkover. But all 4 lounges have been told ready and waiting tonight. Um, but it seems like Kweti are a bit too ready and waiting at the minute. I'm not sure what the delay is all about. Uh, I'm being told the game is in the 29th minute. I'm hearing now behind the scenes. I'm getting news in my ear that the game is in the 29th minute. Oh my, I don't know how that is possible. Let's try and find the right feed. But I'm hearing that the game is. Well, we'll switch over to the Donbashra feed. Yes, it is 1-1. Oh, we were using the Kuwaiti feed. The Donbashra feed is showing us the game, which is very embarrassing. So we can see these two teams. The audio is muted, unfortunately. So I don't know what's going to happen. It's 1-1. We'll just have to get the scoreboard up real quick. Yeah, very, very interesting. But yeah, we're not receiving any audio. This is the semi-final first leg. We're not getting any audio, so hopefully they can sort that out at halftime. Oh my lord, someone's hit the bar there. Jesus Christ. Apologies. The lack of game audio is down to the feed we're receiving, so the players, hopefully they can sort that out at halftime. Haven't got any, but as we can all clearly see, it is 1-1 between these two teams. I can see Youssef Atal probably. I don't know if it's a. There's been a few teams using that Atal card. I don't know if it's an SBC or something like that. But here's Kylian Mbappe. That's 2-1 to Donbashra Gaming Lounge. Donbashra are wearing the AC Milan kit, and Kuwaiti are the ones in the green. So that's 2-1 to Donbashra Gaming Lounge. Again, hopefully the audio is sorted out for us. At halftime, hopefully management can make a quick phone call and have them sort that out. But yeah, 2-1 to Donbashra Gaming Lounge. And here we have Kenny Dalglish, who I've seen is on both teams actually, the icons. I think SCN and Dalglish are probably have been the most prominent icons in the tournament. But there's Dalglish again to SCN. Leon Goretzka. Kuwaiti sort of looking for space to get a shot off. And we see Dalglish dispossessed there by Donbashra. And we should be going into halftime there. That is 2-1. Again, apologies. There seems to have been a bit of a mix-up in terms of communication. I was under the impression that we'd be using the Kuwaiti Gaming Lounge feed, but that has not been the case. Perhaps the player repping Kuwaiti on a different station. So you just had the menu audio. So yeah, whoever's repping Donbashira sort of turned down all the audio. Um, so I think we'll have to maybe drop a quick comment. So yeah, again, we're receiving no audio whatsoever. But yeah, we're into the second half here. It's very strange watching FIFA with like with no audio whatsoever. Can't even hear the players. But here's Kenny Dalglish again. Oh my, 2-2. Kuwaiti Gaming Lounge pulling one back. I'm just trying to leave instructions for the players here. So yeah, we want that stadium ambience up. That's what we're looking for. Have 5 seconds left, guys. Come on. Oh my lord. Oh. To go back. Okay. Seems like we'll carry on without any audio. But yeah, sorry, just had to disable that a little bit there. Trying to leave instructions, but Kuwaiti should be getting another goal here. It's 3-2. Man, this has been a bit disjointed. I apologize, the broadcast. But at this point, I feel like the players are just trying to focus on their game, which you can't blame them for. But Donbashira were 2-1 up, and now it's 3-2. Remember, this is only the first leg. We'll be seeing the second one here. Bamba about to make it 3-3. Big save there from the keeper. The Kuwaiti holding on to their lead here. Lorenzo Insigne making the run, but he's caught offside. They're giving it straight back to Kuwaiti. The Donbashira winning the ball back now, trying to bomb forward and get back the lead. Of course, I'm not sure how the game started because we weren't watching. But Donbashira went into halftime with a lead, and Kuwaiti have managed to pull ahead. The Kuwaiti win themselves a throw-in here. Gianluca Zambrotta to Essien. Seen plenty of icons, of course, over the course of this league. The Kuwaiti giving it away there to Donbashira. Donbashira seem to have a much better squad now than they did last week. We've seen a few icons. I'm not entirely sure on the chemistry, but last week they had, I think, a considerably weaker squad. You can see a few icons. I'm assuming that the Atal card, for example, is an SBC. Obviously, we'll have chemistry with Renato Sanchez because they're both French Ligue 1 players. So you can see an improved squad from them here, but they are still behind against Kuwaiti here. And in possession here with Anthony. Now in the 18-yard box, but he's dispossessed there by Joao Cancelo, the Juventus right back, I believe he is. The Dries Mertens here. Kuwaiti looking for space to get a shot off, perhaps extend the lead. And Dries Mertens again turns. Keeper smartly brought out by Don Bashra. And the ball still ends up in the back of the net. It is 4-2. That's the team of the season, 95 rated Dries Mertens, extending the lead for Quality Gaming Lounge. The Don Bashra indeed in quite a bit of trouble. Having started the match quite strongly, but again, still only the first leg. If they lose this, they obviously still a mountain to climb, but they'll have some time to right the wrongs. If they're gonna do that, they're gonna have to keep the score down as much as possible. Coeti bombing forward again. Good tackle there from, I think that's Davinson Sanchez. The Don Bashra looking for a lob through pass there, but no dice. These Mertens to Kenny Dalglish, back to that team of the season. Mertens, Dalglish once again on the edge of the box. Coeti could make it 6-2. Oh, sorry, 5-2. 5-2. That's a team of the season. Anthony, right winger from Ajax. Coeti playing very well indeed right now. We're going into the last 10 in-game minutes of this match. Coeti Gaming Lounge 5-2 up in this first leg as the away team as well. Those are 5 valuable away goals that they're going to take into the second leg. Renato Sanchez for Don Bashra Gaming Lounge gives the ball straight into the hands of Jan Oblak, the keeper for Coeti. And like I said, if Don Bashra have any chance of making the final event, they have to start with a win here. If Coeti Gaming Lounge make the final again in this round 5, Don Bashra will have no chance left of making the final. So this is a crucial fixture for them. And as it stands, they're 3 goals down. Dries Mertens here for Coeti Gaming Lounge, representing Buruburu. Lorenzo Insigne running onto that, but the pass is quite easily intercepted. Approaching the 90th minute now, perhaps Don Bashra can pull one more back. Youssef Attal then to get some interplay here with Bamba, but bit of a sloppy play there from Don Bashra Gaming Lounge. It should be ending this match with Coeti Gaming Lounge in the lead. Perhaps a chance for one more. That should be the last attack of the game. That should be the end. 5-2 there to Coeti Gaming Lounge. And they find themselves in a very good position again. Just a reminder of where we stand. We're seeing number 2 and number 4 play each other right now. As I said earlier, Mombasa, Don Bashra Gaming Lounge, if they have any chance of making the final event, they need to win this and the next tournament. So that's 4 points in each, which will take them to 14. And of course, finishing second gets you 3 points. So if Coeti advance to the final in this event, Mombasa is out of the running. So again, very crucial fixture for them here. But it is not going to plan at the minute. We can see the highlights we missed earlier. It seems like Don Bashra got the first goal. So they were 1-0 up. Coeti pulled it back to 1-1. And Don Bashra took the lead again into halftime. It was 2-1, but they haven't managed to score in the second half at all. That was a cheeky finish there from Coeti to equalize. It looked almost like a chip, I think, from that angle. But as you can see there, Don Bashra scored this one to go into the lead at halftime. But Coeti just came back and absolutely ran the show in the second half. 4 goals in the second half for them. 7 shots, 7 on target. That right there is the definition of efficiency. So very interesting scenes here. We're going to the second leg. Don Bashra Gaming Lounge have it all to do. We're waiting for the second leg here. I do believe Coeti will be the home team now, quote unquote. home team in this second leg. So they scored 5 away goals, which is very good for them. And so Donbashira really have to win by 4 goals. That's the only option they have. And look at this squad they have. So much better than they had last week. Oh, obviously, we haven't had time to have a good look at it, but you could see team of the season cards and the normal 90 rated Mbappe up front. Just quality all over the pitch. So a much, much better squad than they had last week. But again, still, as I like to say, it's not about the car, it's about the driver. And the driver is not driving the car well enough at the minute. They're 3 goals down, it is 5-2 on aggregate. And so they have it all to do in the second leg. Whether they can pull it back remains to be seen. We're going to take a tiny break. But when we come back, we will have the second leg between Donbashira Gaming Lounge and Kuwaiti Gaming Lounge. Mombasa versus Buruburu. Stay tuned, do not go anywhere. Welcome back, guys. We are back for the second leg between Donbashira Gaming Lounge, representing Mombasa from the Majengo area of Mombasa, and Kuwaiti Gaming Lounge representing Buruburu. As you can see from on the stream, the Kuwaiti Gaming Lounge has won all 3 past encounters between these 2 lounges before. The last one ended 10-0 at the last tournament. And following that, of course, we'll be seeing Horizon Gaming Lounge versus Limbs Entertainment, which should be an interesting game. I can't remember the last time those 2 teams faced each other, but you could see on the stream that they faced each other twice before, and Horizon has won both. And as I was mentioning earlier, Donbashira Gaming Lounge have put together a much stronger squad than they had last week. You can see a few team of the season cards there. We can see the Cam Kenny Dalglish in the middle. I think those 2 cards on the right, Atal and Renato Sanchez, are SBCs. I'm not too sure. Haven't been keeping up with FIFA recently. But yeah, they've put together a much stronger squad than they did last week, but still not doing enough against Kuwaiti. 5-2 in the first leg. And it remains to be seen how the second leg will go. Of course, Kuwaiti played as the quote-unquote away team. and they're 3 goals up. So Donbashira again, uh, if they have any chance of making the final event here after the preliminary rounds, they really do need to win this tournament and the next one, get maximum points. That would get them to 14 points overall. And even then, they wouldn't be guaranteed because Buruburu getting minimum points out of this and the next tournament would still get 14 points. So if Buruburu gets to the final here, Mombasa is out. So that's the situation Donbashira Gaming Lounge find themselves in. And we're just waiting for this second leg to kick off. I'm not sure again if we're supposed to be using different feeds. But we'll just stay on this Donbashira feed for now. I'm not entirely sure if there's been some sort of miscommunication somewhere. I'm not too sure, but there seems to be a disconnect somewhere. So yeah, we're just waiting for that second leg to kick off, and then we'll see our second semi-final. And then we can head off to the final rounds, which are both one leg. So 6 matches of some good-ass FIFA, hopefully. Was an interesting first leg between these two lounges at the minute. Was 2-1 at halftime. Donbashira had the lead, but then they seemed to just capitulate. The Kuwaiti turned it up again, got 4 goals in that second half to get them that lead that they've got right now. 5-2. So I don't know if there's don't know if there's been some miscommunication somewhere, but we're waiting for these two lounges to set off. Seems to be some messages being sent back and forth behind the scenes. But we should be starting the second leg any minute now, hopefully. Now, once again, new FIFA 21 League we're running here at Ispro Gaming. We do run other competitions as well. If you follow us in the Tekken community, Savannah Fight Nights is a lineal fight championship we run for the Tekken community. We have Savannah Fight Night 18 coming up tomorrow night, presented by Jiwe Esports. Tomorrow night, same time, my store started here, 7:30 p.m. So do not miss that. Once again, waiting for the second leg here to kick off. I'm not sure what the situation is right now. There's been no word from management behind the scenes. But yeah, it should be classic match. We should be setting off any minute now. Oh my lord. So yeah, there has to be some delay somewhere that I'm not aware of. Again, I haven't received any communication behind the scenes. Just sort of trying to get some confirmation from management. But yeah, again, as I was saying, new FIFA 21 League we're running here at Ispro Gaming. We've only got 4 lounges involved here in Season 1. But I can definitely say we'll be expanding for the next one. We've again had lounges from other parts of the country expressing interest. other parts of Nairobi. I think we'll be seeing a lot of Nairobi lounges in the next season, potentially. But other parts of Kenya as well. So it's interesting to see this sort of coming to life. There was a fair bit of planning that went into this behind the scenes for a fairly long time, but we are here. We are in round 5 already. Time flies. We started this in April, I believe. Was it April? No, May. Beginning of May, I think it was. And I'm sure Fainali will be a lively event. I cannot wait for that. As it stands again, those top 2 lounges there, Parklands and Buruburu, Horizon and Kweti. Kweti, who we are watching right now, 5-2 up in this first semi-final against Mombasa, against Donholm Gaming Lounge. Those top 2 lounges, as it stands, will be going into the final event. But the bottom 2 lounges still within a chance. More so Donholm, Limbs Entertainment. Kweti have to get to 17 points. Buruburu need to get to 17 points to seal their place in the final event. And Horizon as well. 17 points is the golden number, essentially, at this rate. So Horizon only need 2 points to get there. So it's fair to say that they're basically into the final tournament already, because they can get you can only get a minimum of 1 point from each tournament. And obviously they're on 15 right now, so they're basically into the final event already. So it's really all about those bottom 3 lounges at the minute. Again, we're still waiting for this semi-final to kick off. There appears to be internet issues. So I don't know if I don't know how this can be solved, whether we can switch over to another semi-final. I am hearing from management that there are internet issues. And this is something that unfortunately hampered us last week. So what I'm hearing from management is well, I'm being told the Donbashira Gaming Lounge is off, but we can still see their feed here. But we might just be switching over to the second semi-final between Horizon and Limbs. But yeah, we're gonna. That's the message I've gotten from management. There appears to be some connectivity issues. So we can look for Horizon's feed, perhaps. But yeah, we can still see Don Bashira's feed. It's still online. So I don't understand. What the issue might be. But anyway, we're gonna wait for a feed for the second semi-final. And hopefully get some action back on the stream. But yeah, unfortunately, there seems to be some connection issues between these 2 lounges now. I'm not entirely sure what's happening. Kweti's feed is still up as well. Can only assume management is still sorting that behind the scenes. But yeah, just waiting for. I think we'll have to just. At this rate, we'll have to go back into commercial. I'm getting a feed from Parklands now. Hold on. Let's quickly cut to commercial. It seems like we're going to be going to the second semi-final between Horizon and Limbs. And perhaps we'll see the second leg between Donbashra and Kweti later. But yeah, I want to take a tiny break again. We will be right back. Do not go anywhere.
Pando killed the beat.
He's going to pull out the VTS 1+2. Just wait and see.
Very soon, yeah, it's very soon, yeah. Look at that.
Night here at the Theatre of Dreams, Old Trafford. I'm Derek Ray. I'm joined
Welcome back, guys. We are back for the second semi-final between Horizon Esports and Gaming, representing Parklands, and Limbs Entertainment representing Donholm. Hopefully our player, hopefully our Horizon representative here turns down the commentary volume like we like. Otherwise, we'll have to turn down the game audio a bit. I'm being told it's a new player on the roster. He has not turned down the audio. So we'll have to turn down the gameplay a bit on the stream so that my voice can be heard. We are stingy here. So just still trying to sort out the... oh my god, Limbs have already scored, man. Slow down! Guys, relax. The names are swapped. Okay, the audio is being sorted out, it seems. I was still sorting out the names on the scoreboard. Limbs have already gotten a goal, man. This entire competition is just one... It's just like end to end. It's one extreme to another. Yes, commentary audio, you're almost there. Yes, there we go. So 1-0 to Limbs Entertainment already. Jesus Christ, man. That was quick, man. I think like there were seconds into the game, and we already have a goal. I don't know if the names are correct. I think they are. Anyway, we are finally off. This is the first encounter between these two lounges in quite a while. I can't remember the last time I saw them play each other. Horizon and Limbs don't usually tend to meet, but here they are with Limbs already in the lead. Well, like I said, Horizon already in a very good position to get into the final event, and there they go. 1-1. They have woken up. And now we have a match in our hands, ladies and gentlemen. 1-1 between these two lounges, both based in Nairobi, of course. Parklands versus Donholm. There's Kenny Dalglish. I'm pretty sure that's the most prominent icon that we've seen in this competition so far. Him and Michael Essien. I mentioned this earlier. I think all four lounges have used those two icons at some point, if not all the time. But Alfonso Davies on the ball there for Limbs Entertainment. There's Essien again. Dalglish again. Essien and Dalglish on both squads again. And here's Raul for Limbs. Could make it 2-1. Big block there from Kevin Babu representing Horizon. It's quite a tight affair. You'd think Horizon would be the favorites on paper given how they've been playing. But Horizon's two regular representatives are not on hand tonight. Abzak and Bazenga. I'm not sure the name of the guy playing at the minute, but sure Horizon trusting him enough to get the job done. It is 1-1 at the minute. There's 2 legs of FIFA to be played here. And they're bombing forward here. Michael Essien to Usman Dembele. Hussein Awa. Horizon getting a goal here with Dalglish. Relatively easy save for Lev Yashin, the Russian legend. In the end for Limbs. And Limbs doing really well so far. It was unfortunate that we didn't get to see either of these two lounges last week, given a a raft of issues we experienced with connectivity and all sorts, but they're playing here tonight. Here's Gianluca Zambrotta, another icon on display here. Limbs perhaps not looking to cross and to cut back and find a clear-cut opportunity, but it's intercepted there by Horizon. And I think the names are the wrong way around. Actually, I'm not. There's Essien. Had the names the wrong way around. Apologies for that. Dalglish for Limbs. The game started off very fast, and it seems to have slowed down a bit so far. Haven't been able to see any goals. Hasn't been quite as end-to-end. We haven't seen too many chances in the box since those 2 goals were scored. We may well see one in a few moments. Kenny Dalglish. Shot blocked there by Marcel Desailly. Limbs not able to keep it out for a corner. And Horizon perhaps the chance here to take the lead. Kylian Mbappe. Lukasz Piszczek, of course, recently announcing his departure from Borussia Dortmund in real life. Alphonso Davies, also on the Horizon team. I didn't realize. This could be a goal here for Horizon. Kylian Mbappe makes it 2-1. For Horizon Gaming and Esports, representing Parklands. Showing their dominance once again. Doesn't matter who's playing. Everyone on their roster is capable of getting the job done. We're still only in the first half of the first leg. So plenty of FIFA still to be played here. Philippe Coutinho. Looking for Ousmane Dembele. Back to Coutinho. Horizon looking for a 3rd goal here as we approach the last 5 in-game minutes of the first half. Houssem Aouar. Horizon dispossessed there. Claude Makelele advancing the ball there for Limbs. Didier Drogba losing the ball. We have Dalglish again. Ousmane Dembele with the Berbatov spin. That was sick. But his shot was blocked in the end. Kenny Dalglish seemed to get past his player there. Dembele, Dalglish. Horizon looking for space to shoot here. There's the Berbatov spin again. What Dembele did earlier was the Magidi spin. My bad. There's Dembele again. 5-star skiller. And that is half time. 2-1 to Horizon Gaming and Esports. Very convincing. Well, not that convincing actually, because they conceded a goal very quickly. But they managed to get settled into the game. Responded almost immediately, to their credit, and took the lead before the ref blew the final whistle for the first half. You can see 5 shots, 7 on target for Horizon there. 2 shots, 2 on target for Limbs. So quite a lot of efficiency on the pitch at the minute. Horizon, of course, dominating possession. Doesn't appear to be any team management to be done here. Horizon seem to be happy. Can only assume Limbs will be looking to make a few adjustments here as we get into the second half. Limbs, of course, will be looking to keep the score down as much as possible, at least going into the second leg. But Horizon are the quote-unquote away team in this first leg. So those 2 goals may prove to be valuable going into the second leg. There's Houssem Aouar. Looking for Philippe Coutinho. Dalglish on the edge of the box here. Horizon looking to extend their lead. Maybe a few too many skill moves there, losing the ball. Limbs Entertainment back in possession. Scored in the 3rd minute. And they haven't really they haven't quite come close since. Horizon very much dominating proceedings at this stage. Ousmane Dembele on the ball for them. Kenny Dalglish now. And see, most of the Horizon players do make maximum use of the skill moves to create chances for themselves. Here's Hussein Aouar. Haven't seen the other lounges doing it too much. Horizon do like to inject a bit of flair into the gameplay. You see the 360 there. Valentino Lazaro, the right back from Newcastle, I believe. Ousmane Dembele. Limbs, to their credit, still able to keep Horizon out. Still giving themselves a chance to equalize. But you can see from their gameplay, much more simple, nothing too fancy. It's getting the ball forward, probably going to cross the ball here or look for a cutback. But Alphonso Davies loses the ball there. Valentino Lazaro on the ball now for Horizon. Looking for Michael Essien. Horizon with a good chance to extend the lead. Dalglish doesn't quite get to it. Levi Yashin gets on the ball there, plays it out short. Elim standing firm at the back, but haven't quite been able to create some clear-cut chances to match that. The defense is doing its job so far. But going forward, they can't find an opening. Horizon also looking resolute at the back. Very much dominating possession. And you can see Horizon being very tricky as they usually are. It's looking to create space whenever they can to get those shots off. Again, pass intercepted there. And again, still only the first leg. If Limbs loses 2-1, it won't be the end of the world. It's not an impossible scoreline to come back from. It's not too much work to come back from. And there's Essien. Relatively easy save for Manuel Neuer in the end. Horizon still 2-1 up. Philippe Coutinho. A name you don't hear about too much in the world of football nowadays. Well, there's Mbappe. Michael Essien. Horizon with a bit of space here. They might get a shot off. Kenny Dalglish makes it 3-1. And naturally, you can understand Limbs will want to make some changes here. They'd been so solid at the back throughout this second half. But Horizon managing to carve them open once again. And Limbs Entertainment is another lounge that really needs to make the most of these last two tournaments if they're to have any chance to get into the final event. 2 tournament wins will get them to 16 points overall. And results going their way, they could go above Buruburu, but again, it has to start with a win here. They're taking their time making the changes as you can tell. As it stands, those top 2 lounges are in the final at the minute. We of course still have to wait and see the second leg between Don Bashra and Kuwaiti. That one is 5-2 on aggregate at the minute. End of the first leg. And see Horizon making a few changes to their squad. Perhaps bringing some fresh legs to see out to see off the win. But Kenny Dalglish once again getting on the score sheet for Horizon Esports in gaming. And Limbs have the task is getting harder and harder. And you have to remember Horizon are the away team as well. So these goals they scored could prove to be crucial. Horizon still very much dominating the game, dictating the play. Kylian Mbappe to Ousmane Dembele. This could be 4-1 here. Big save there from Leviashin for Limbs. Limbs are going to want to get a goal back here as we approach the last 10 minutes of this first leg. Didier Drogba. And Horizon still very much dominating proceedings here. Limbs are not being given much of an opportunity to get themselves a goal back, another goal back. They've won back possession here. Cristiano Ronaldo playing it down to Alphonso Davies. This is an opportunity they're going to try and make the most of. Cristiano Ronaldo once again looking for space to shoot. It's a big block there from Kevin Babu. Horizon back on the ball, but they've given it away. Limbs looking for space here. Didier Drogba. Big tackle from the Bison from Ghana, Michael Essien. And Kylian Mbappe has so much space ahead of him now. This could be 4-1. And it's lobbed right over the keeper. What a cheeky finish. That's always going to happen when you bring out the keeper and sort of just stop second guessing yourself. If you're going to bring out the keeper like that early, you might as well commit. Because if you stop, you open yourself up to getting chipped like that. It's 4-1. And Limbs are very much in a bad position indeed. Same margin as we left it in the first leg in the other semi-final. Horizon in a very good position at the minute. As we approach the 90th minute. Raul to Didier Drogba. Can Limbs still get a second goal here? Should be seeing one more attack in the game before the ref blows the final whistle. Essien looking for the pass to Dalglish. That should be the end of the game. 4-1 the score in favor of Horizon Gaming and Esports. A dominant performance from them in the first leg. They'll be in quite the comfortable position going into the second. I'm told Horizon's representative tonight is called Jackson. And Jackson has done his lounge very well tonight indeed. 4-1 the final score. We saw Limbs score an extremely quick goal. Third minute. Sort of seemed to catch Horizon slipping. But from this point onwards, it was all Horizon. We see the first goal there from Kenny Dalglish. Very well taken volley from him. You'd expect it with the stats he's got. This was the second goal before halftime. I believe it was 2-1 to Horizon at halftime. Not much Leviashin could do there. A third goal there again from Kenny Dalglish. Did he actually get a hat trick? That guy. I'm not. No, Mbappe is the one who got the fourth goal. A cheeky lob to see off the win. And again, brought out the keeper and then just stopped halfway through. You open yourself up to getting chipped when you do that. So absolute dominance from Horizon there. We'll be seeing the second leg between these two shortly. Unfortunately, we've had a few delays tonight, so I'm not entirely sure if we'll be able to beat the curfew. But hopefully, fingers crossed, everything can continue to run smoothly. But yes, again, Limbs Entertainment sliding further and further behind. The gap is only going to get bigger at this stage. And I think if, again, I talked about 17 points being the golden number at this stage of the league for both lounges. Parklands, of course, if they win this semi-final, will get to 17 points at least. Will get to 18 at least, because finishing second will get them 3 points. So winning this semi-final right here guarantees them a place in the Fainali event. And the gap between them and the rest of the lounges will only get bigger. Waiting for Limbs to connect once again. I've enjoyed doing the maths between these lounges, but I think assuming I think if both Parklands and Buruburu make the final, they will both actually qualify for the Fainali event. Because again, the gap will have gotten too wide between them and the bottom two lounges. The gap is currently 4 points between Buruburu and Donholm. 4 points is the amount you get for winning a tournament. So Limbs and Don Bashra really had, or have rather, to win this tournament to keep themselves in contention. But if neither of them can make the final, I do believe we'll be seeing Parklands and Buruburu in the final event, which should be an offline event as well. It's been a while since I've been to an offline gaming event. Getting some news from management, but I'll relay that in a few moments. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been to an offline gaming event. Obviously, COVID-19 has forced us all online for the most part over the past year and a half. But yeah, that's an event to look forward to, definitely. I cannot wait for that. And given the sort of rivalry those two lounges have forged between each other over the course of this competition, it's sure to be an electric event between them. So I am told by management that Don Bashra Gaming Lounge, representing Mombasa, have agreed to drop down to the third place playoff. So I can only assume the connection issues were coming from their end, but that is very interesting because when that news was being relayed to me, we could still see the feed here on our stream. But obviously discussions have taken place behind the scenes. They've agreed to drop down to the third place playoff. That means I'm just gonna have to bring these standings again. I've never loved maths more than I do now. That means now that Buruburu will get to a minimum of 15 points from this event. Obviously, finishing third gets you 3, second gets you 3 points. They could still win the event, which will get them 4 points and get them to 16 overall. But that means Quality Gaming Lounge representing Buruburu will finish with a maximum of 15 points at the end of this tournament. So I do think if Horizon Gaming Lounge win this second leg, those two lounges we'll be seeing in the final will have progressed to the final event. It'll be out of reach for both Donholm and it's already out of reach for Mombasa now. I've brought up these standings so many times. It's already out of reach for Mombasa. The maximum number of points now they can get is 2 points. So top 2 is out of reach for them. So commiserations to them. Donholm, I think, still have an outside chance, but they have to beat Horizon Gaming Lounge here. They have to come back from a 4-1 deficit. A gargantuan task indeed. I've always wanted to use that word. But once again, actually the aggregate score is reversed here. It is 4-1 to Horizon Gaming Lounge, who are bearing down. Ousmane Dembele to Hussein Aouar. Horizon looking to extend the lead. Kylian Mbappe. I hadn't actually realized the interesting dynamic we found ourselves in here in round 5 in terms of the placings. But yeah, Horizon here looking for a chance. As it stands, Horizon and their would-be opponents in the final tonight, Kwete Gaming Lounge, have made the final event, and it's 5-1. They've only gone and widened their lead. 5-1 on aggregates to Horizon Gaming and Esports. Limbs Entertainment making changes already. Not even 10 in-game minutes played. Wow. Very, very interesting indeed. Horizon have a 4-goal cushion at this stage. They did get 4 away goals in the first leg. And I'm only just noticing some comments from Abzak on YouTube. Supporting his boy Jackson. Horizon maintaining their dominance in this competition. They've looked unbeatable this whole time. All throughout the competition. Again, the only reason they didn't make the final last week is because they had to eat a walkover. But Jackson here representing Horizon, doing very well indeed. Getting the job done as Abzak has said he would, at least so far. I don't see Limbs coming back from this, given given the run of play. Horizon still very much dominating possession. Looking like they might extend the lead, but they've lost the ball there. Gianluca Zambrotta. One of multiple icons again that we've seen throughout this competition. Ousmane Dembele back on the ball for Horizon. He's lost it. That's Luis Muriel for Limbs, perhaps looking to get a goal back. Didier Drogba to Zambrotta. Big save. Big save there from Manuel Neuer. Would only have caused a slight dent if it went in. But you can't let the opponent get too many opportunities. Cannot get complacent in these situations. Don Bashra, I see you on YouTube. Welcome. We've received the news here on the stream that we'll be seeing you in the 3rd place playoff later on after this match. Horizon Gaming Lounge on cruise control right now. They're cruising. Limbs still very much fighting for a place in the final. But they have a mountain to climb. They need 5 goals to win this semi-final now. And again, not to be biased, but given the run of play, Horizon have been dominating pretty much from start to finish. Limbs haven't had too many opportunities. So it is very unlikely that we'll see them make that ground, but you can never say never. Things can shift in the blink of an eye. Next, Kylian Mbappe down the right for Horizon. Probably going to look for a cutback. Plays it to Essien. Ousmane Dembele looking for some space here. Horizon getting through, but it's blocked by Koundé, the man from Sevilla. And Essien playing it through to Didier Drogba. Icon to icon. Back to Essien. Limbs looking for space here. Luis Muriel. That was a nice first touch there to take away the centre back. There's a centre back there who slid. First touch there opened up the space, and it was a well-taken finish there from Limbs Entertainment. Haven't updated the score yet, my bad. It's 5-2 on aggregate to Horizon now. Still a lot of ground to cover for sure. But they're looking good at the minute. Horizon Gaming Lounge looking very comfortable. 4 away goals. They have a lead of 3 goals at the minute. Still, for the most part, dominating possession. Kenny Dalglish to Hussein Awar could be 6-2 on aggregate now. Hussein Awar buries it into the bottom corner. The team of the season, Awar, 93 rated, makes it 6-2 for Horizon Gaming Lounge. Man, oh man, oh man. Things are looking very thick indeed for Limbs Entertainment. Awar getting the ball back. Dembele, Usman. I was trying to see the skill moves again. Horizon, as I said in the first leg, do love to inject some flair into their gameplay. Usman Dembele to Dalglish, could be 7-2. Big block there from Tapsoba for Limbs Entertainment. Usman Dembele plays it to Awar, gets his second goal of the game. 7-2 on aggregate. And I think it's fair to say Horizon are into the final at this rate. It's 3-1 in this leg. It's half time. Man, absolute dominance. That's all you can say. Limbs, to their credit, have continued to probe and push and look for opportunities, but Horizon have just been too good going forward. 5 shots, 5 on target. 2 shots, 2 on target for Limbs as well. Efficiency. 7-2 on aggregate. I mean, as a neutral, you have to wonder how Limbs will be able to make that ground up. They need 6 goals to make the final. And again, if Horizon Gaming Lounge make the final here, them and their opponents in the final, Kweti, will have made the final event. They'll have qualified as the top 2 lounges. Because mathematically, top 2 will now be out of reach for Donholm as well. Mombasa already out. Limbs Entertainment have to make the final and ideally win the tournament if they want to keep themselves in contention. But right now, it is looking extremely unlikely. Extremely unlikely. But they're keeping the faith. They're still playing on. They're still looking for those goals. Cristiano Ronaldo here. Loses the ball. Horizon back in possession. Looking very dicey for Limbs indeed. Here's Hussein Awar. He's been running the show so far. He's got himself 2 goals. Saying we might see him on a hat-trick, but here's Kylian Mbappe. Looking for a pass perhaps. And he finds one to Usman Dembele, his French compatriot, but he loses the ball. Have Michael Essien here playing through to Cristiano Ronaldo. Keeper brought out there. Good defending there from Horizon. Staying true to Manuel Neuer's sweeper keeper reputation. And Limbs still looking for chances to get themselves those goals. Those 6 goals they need to get into the final. Desai. In possession for Limbs Entertainment. Not rushing anything, looking for a pass. Finds one to Raul. I actually thought he might be offside, but play continues. Limbs lose the ball eventually. And Horizon back in possession here with Philippe Coutinho. Is it to Usman Dembele, who is offside unfortunately for Horizon, but at this stage I don't think they'll matter too much. They are 7-2 up. Martinez looking for Raul. The Limbs losing the ball again, sorry. Horizon once again, cruise control. They haven't quite dominated as much as they did in the first half, I think, so far in terms of possession. Limbs have had a bit more of the ball. They've managed to get forward a bit more, create a few more chances, but goals win you games. And Horizon are extremely far ahead at the minute. They're back on the ball. The possession is changing feet at the minute quite often. Neither team seems to be able to find the space, carve the other open. And Limbs have won the ball back in a very good position, but the cross is headed out by Piszczek. And Horizon, I think, at this point, more focused on perhaps a bit more game management, seeing out the game. Haven't been rushing too much to get the ball forward, but again, they don't really need to at this point. We could be seeing some changes being made here. Limbs, I can assume, will be making quite a few. Coutinho is coming off for Mario Götze. Cuadrado coming off for Hussein Aouar. Horizon just switching up, bringing on some fresh legs to see off the game. 7-2 on aggregate it is. And with one round to spare, we'll have round 6, of course, before the final event. The date for that has not yet been confirmed. If you're not following us on Twitter and Instagram at eLeague Series, please do so. All updates on that will be provided there. But Horizon winning themselves another corner here. Mario Götze, the newly introduced sub, plays it to Kylian Mbappe. Alphonso Davies down the ball. Third corner here for Horizon. Oh no, goal kick, my bad. And Limbs, I think it can be said, going to be finding themselves in the third place playoff. Things are looking very dicey for them. There's Kylian Mbappe looking for Ousmane Dembele. Dragging the ball back, interestingly enough. The third have just advanced and taken the shot, but they lose the ball inside the box. Horizon still defending very well in this second half. And here's Ousmane Dembele again. Both teams not really letting each other get clear-cut chances at the minute, but again, Horizon. The quality has been too much from them. Not only tonight, but throughout the entire league. From round 1. And Kylian Mbappe, the Bolassi flick there. Oh my lord. Big save there from Levi Yashin. We're into the final 10 in-game minutes here. Remains to be seen whether either team can get another goal or two. Mario Götze for Alphonso Davies. Seeing a few lag spikes here, unfortunately, but we're pushing on. We're approaching the end of this second leg. And we might just beat the curfew, fingers crossed. But here's Alphonso Davies. Big save there once again from Levi Yashin. And Lim still playing to the final whistle, which you have to respect. A cross there from Essien. Oh my lord, that was a great cross. Cristiano Ronaldo unable to convert, unfortunately for him. The corner's played short. Approaching the 90th minute here. Cristiano Ronaldo again, CR7. Unable to find himself some space to shoot. Probably gonna see 1-2 more attacks here before the final whistle. This might just be the last attack of the game. Mario Götze looking for the pass to Ousmane Dembele, and that should be the end of the game. And there's the final whistle. Horizon Gaming and Esports winning the second leg by a score of 3-1. On aggregate, taking the game by a score of 7-2. Absolute dominance from them once again, and that means mathematically Parklands and Buruburu, Horizon Gaming Lounge and Kweti Gaming Lounge shall both advance to Fainali, the final event of our FIFA 21 league here, Ma Esto. Mathematically, top 2 is now out of reach for Donholm and Mombasa. I think I'll have to bring up the standings again, but the top 2 lounges there will get a minimum of 3 points at the end of this tournament. And so the gap will widen. Just allow me to bring the standings again. The gap is going to widen to Donholm could get a maximum of 2 points. The gap will widen to at least 5 points between second and third. So, yeah, mathematically, the bottom 2 lounges are out of the running for top 2. So commiserations to both of them. We will be seeing them momentarily in the third place playoff. Don Bashra Gaming Lounge versus Limbs Entertainment. I think that's a matchup we've seen quite a bit in this league. Those are the 2 teams we've been seeing a lot in the third place playoff, so we're about to see them again. And yeah, that was entertaining stuff from both these teams. And in just a few moments, we'll be seeing these 2 play. Third place playoff between Don Bashra and Limbs. Mombasa versus Donholm. We'll be right back. We're going to take a tiny break. So please do not go anywhere. More FIFA for your head top in just a few moments. Welcome back, everyone. We're approaching the end of round 5 here tonight. Abzak, yes, the third place playoff and the final are both one leg, only a single leg. So we have 2 more matches to watch here. Starting the third place playoff between Don Bashra Gaming Lounge and Limbs Entertainment, representing Mombasa and Donholm respectively. Both the lounges are now mathematically out of the running. The top 2 lounges there, Parklands and Buruburu, shall both finish with a minimum of 3 points. And the bottom 2 will finish with a maximum of 2 points. So the gap between the top 2 and the bottom 2 will widen to at least 5 points. So yeah, it's chances of qualifying for the final tournament gone for the bottom 2 lounges, but we'll be seeing them in the third place playoff here. Yeah, it's been they've given us some entertaining matches. I think the last time we saw them play was in round 3. The encounters between these two teams have usually gone in the way of Limbs Entertainment. And so perhaps Donbasha will be looking for some revenge at least and get the maximum points they can here. As you just saw on the stream, we're also running Savannah Fight Night 18, presented by Jiwa Esports tomorrow night. Lineal Championship Series we run for the Tekken community. So if you're so inclined, you can catch up with us there tomorrow night, same time, 7:30. But for now, we are going to the third place playoff here. We're getting straight in. Limbs Entertainment, of course, in the red. Donbasha Gaming Lounge in the blue. And once again, the third place playoff is only one leg. The final is only one leg, so we have 2 more matches to play here. We're seeing a few lag spikes, but hopefully they don't persist. It's looking quite nasty at the minute, the connection between these two. But hopefully that does not continue. Limbs were bearing down on goal there, but they lost possession. Donbasha now getting the ball for the first time. Youssef Atal, quite a number of lag spikes here. It's looking nasty here. Kenny Dalglish, that's an interesting choice there. I don't know why you'd look for that lobbed pass in that situation. But yeah, we've seen a pause. I'm not... I mean, for these players' sake, I hope those lag spikes don't continue because it's looking rough. Our connection is looking rough. But I think they're going to have to soldier on nevertheless, unless one of them disconnects. We've had a few laggy matches before, but I don't think anywhere we've had like a lot of lag spikes. So fingers crossed those don't continue. Of course, in the first semi-final, there were connection issues after the first leg. Kweti were 5-2 up, and Donbasha agreed to drop down to the third place playoff without a second leg being played. So obviously, personally, I'm not sure where the connection issues could be stemming from, but we can only hope they disappear or they lessen as time passes. But here's Limbs losing possession here. The lag spikes do make it quite difficult to sort of pay attention to the game. But here's Donbasha with a chance. It's a very interesting choice again. Again, I'm not a FIFA pro. These guys would obviously know better than I do. But in that situation, I'd have gone for the far post. Big chance wasted there by Donbasha. And Limbs had a chance of their own there. It's blasted wide by Luis Muriel, who I believe is playing for Atalanta these days in Serie A. Donbasha in possession again, but they lose it. Commentators curse. A nice bit of play here from Donbasha. A few passes being stringed together. Looking for a chance here to shoot. Kylian Mbappe cutting inside, gets a shot off with the left eventually, but it's a big block. Youssef Atal receives the short corner. And Bashra applying the pressure at the minute. But Limbs holding on so far. They've lost possession immediately. Youssef Attal could get a goal here. Big block there. I think from Marcel Desailly for Limbs. Alphonso Davies. Didier Drogba. Again, this match really is just for pride now. I don't like calling it a dead rubber match because there's still bragging rights. But I'm sure we've seen quite a number of people rooting for Doni on social media. They'll be very disappointed to learn that their team is now out. No chance to qualify for the top 2 places. There's Kessie again for Donbashra. Donbashra have looked the more dominant side so far, but haven't managed to get a goal yet. Limbs have been on the back foot in in all of their matches so far. And that's strange considering that each of the encounters against Donbashra in the league so far they've won. Someone can correct me in the chat if I'm mistaken, but I do believe every single encounter between these two lounges so far has gone the way of Doni. But right now Mombasa is looking the dominant side. But here's a big chance now for Limbs Entertainment. Drogba, oh my god, terrible shot there. I don't know if that was a shot or a lobbed through pass. I wasn't able to catch it well, but my goodness. Some big chances being wasted here on both sides. I think the biggest one was the one that fell to Donbashra earlier, but they have another one here, Bamba, bearing down the left wing. Some very interesting decisions being made in the final third. You're seeing both teams getting forward and getting in dangerous areas, but then some interesting passes being made, some interesting shots being made. Neither team capitalizing on their chances as of yet. Kylian Mbappe and Bashira still in possession here. Donbashra, I can say, have definitely dominated possession, but that dominance has to translate to goals at some point. There's only one leg to play here. And I don't think either team will want to go to extra time. For the sake of time, as the organizers, we wouldn't want it to go to extra time either. But both teams seem to be evenly matched so far as we approach halftime. Frank Kessie. Mombasa Gaming Lounge still in possession, still looking for space to get a shot off. I don't think we'll be seeing too much injury time. No injury time whatsoever. That's the end of the first half. Yeah, management has confirmed it in the Twitch chat. In terms of the head-to-head, as far as head-to-head goes, yeah, Donholm have won all 3 of the encounters so far, but as it stands, this 4th one is 0-0. You can see some adjustments being made here by Donbashra. This is their feed we're watching on the stream. Given the run of play, it's Donbashra going to be disappointed not to be in the lead. It does seem to be one of those situations where the team that gets the first goal might kick on and win the entire game. And Limbs! I actually thought that would be a penalty. I'm surprised. I'm very, very surprised that didn't end up being a penalty. I think Donbashra have dodged the bullet there, but Limbs was still coming forward, but no dice in the end. Kylian Mbappe. Kenny Dalglish with the ball roll, gets past the defender. Could see the first clear-cut chance for Don Bashra for a while, but it's a big block there from Marcel Desailly. It's a very tight game between these two so far. Again, pretty much only playing for pride at this point because they're both out of contention for the top 2 places. Didier Drogba here. Dispossessed, and now Kenny Dalglish in possession. Raul for Lims. 1-0 to Lims Entertainment. There is the first goal. The deadlock has finally been broken. And I know Don Bashra will not be happy with that because they've dominated possession in this game so far. Given the run of play, they really do not deserve to be behind. But in the same vein, they've had some good chances to take the lead, to score a few goals, but they just haven't taken them. And Lims have managed to do so before they've been able to. So some adjustments being made here by Don Bashra. Oh, we're still in team management. So once again, SFN 18 coming up. Lineal Championship Series we run for the Tekken community. Presented by Jiwe Esports. You can catch up with us on their platforms tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. Building communities here at Ace Pro Gaming, as we still see Don Bashra Gaming Lounge making adjustments to their squad. They're obviously gonna want to fight to get themselves back in the game here, having wasted a single second kicking off. We're seeing some lag spikes again. The game was running smoothly for the longest time. Hopefully it's just a momentary issue. Christian Eriksen, of course, at the center of the football community in recent days, suffering cardiac arrest against Finland at the Euros. And I can only assume that's a team of the season card Lims have there. But here's Bamba for Don Bashra. A lot of lag spikes here, but they could get the goal. Youssef Attal making it 1-1. Playing through the lag, you have to respect it. 1-1 between these two lounges now. And we're in for an interesting finish. Hopefully these lag spikes don't persist, but Don Bashra could be making it 2-1 here. Youssef Attal to Shankalai. It's a big save there from I think that's Lev Yashin in goal for Lims, right? Across there from Cancelo. There's a big volley there, and it's a big block there from Lims. We should be getting on the counter here. Raul offside, unfortunately. Time is moving. And it's increasingly seeming like the team that's going to get the next goal could win the game. And Bashra Gaming Lounge with another corner. Crosses it out of the box to Kylian Mbappe. The finesse not enough to beat Lev Yashin there. Cheeky effort from outside the box. Marcel Desailly on the ball now. Gianluca Zambrotta not able to get on the ball before it gets out of play. Still seeing, unfortunately, some lag spikes here. But the two lounges are playing through it. Youssef Attal. Uchan Salai. Back to Watal. Donbasha could make it 2-1 here. It's a big block. Limbs defending fairly well so far. Into the 70th minute. And Limbs are very much still the team under pressure, but Limbs could get a goal here. If that pass was completed, that definitely would have been a goal. That's a decent piece of play from Limbs there. Of course, still forward here. Silas Omangituka on the ball now. Loses the ball to Joao Cancelo. And now Kenny Dalglish on the ball. Tries to play. I'm not sure that was Chancelay. Was caught offside in the end. And both teams, the game is still 1-1. I think Donbasha have dominated a bit less. Limbs have imposed, have gotten a bit more settled. But neither team able to break and take the lead. Limbs with a decent chance here. The ball eventually goes back to Donbasha. That was very dangerous, but they get a goal kick. Going to the last 10 minutes in game. Walker looking for Chancelay, but pass is intercepted fairly easily as well. Bit sloppy from Donbasha there. There's Omangituka again. See him with the chops trying to create some space to shoot, but not enough. As it stands, we'll be going into extra time. We're into the last 10 in-game minutes. I think the team that manages to get another goal at this stage will be in a good position to win the game. Chancelay looking for Bamba. Limbs' defense has been quite solid in this game. In fact, the defense for both teams has been fairly solid, but the attack so solid that the attackers on both sides can't seem to be able to carve them open. We're into the 86th minute now. It is still 1-1. We'll be seeing this game going into extra time. And Bamba here just gives up on the chase immediately. Both teams still looking to make some changes that could perhaps win them the game in these dying moments. As it stands, we will be going into extra time again. Fair to say that it's looking unlikely now that we'll beat the curfew, but hopefully we can finish up as soon as we can. And again, from that point of view, as an organizer, as the organizers, we'd be hoping that one of these teams can get a goal at this rate. At this stage, sorry. But yeah, still 1-1 between these two teams. Looking more and more likely that we'll head into extra time. Christian Eriksen on the ball for Limbs, but he loses it. 1 minute of added time here. This should be the last attack. If we see a goal here, it's gonna be mad. And Bashir with the final chance of the game here, of regular time. Chancelay. Oh! Don Bashira Gaming Lounge in the 91st minute have won the game. Bro. Fantastic stuff there from Don Bashira Gaming Lounge for the first time. Getting one over Limbs Entertainment. Winning that one 2-1. Man. 91st minute winner. You love to see it. And I think it's fair to say that Don Bashira deserved that because they did dominate possession. Though more so in the first half. They looked the better side for most of the match. Limbs were under pressure for a lot of the game. And I think once we look at the stats, I could be wrong, but I can bet Donbashira had most of the possession. But yeah, Donbashira in the 91st minute getting the goal. 54% for Donbashira again. 91st minute, winning the game. So congratulations to them. Limbs Entertainment finishing bottom in a tournament for the first time this season. So that means Mombasa going up to 8 points. Donholm going up to 9 points. So at the very least, they're still not bottom of the table. But Mombasa have closed the gap to 1 point. But again, as I've already said, both of those teams, unfortunately, are out of the running for. Sorry about that. Both of those teams are out of the running for first place. And the two teams are going to be seeing in the final are the ones who are going to be seeing in the final event, Fainali, Ma Esto Fainali. So yeah, we're waiting for the final now between Horizon Gaming Lounge representing Parklands and Koeti Gaming Lounge representing Buruburu, Tano Nane. So as we wait for that, we're going to go into a short break once again. But when we come back, we will be seeing the final here in round 5. Horizon versus Koeti, Parklands versus Buruburu. It's sure to be a cracker. Do not go anywhere. We will be right back. Welcome back, everyone. We have returned for the final of round 5 between the two lounges that really have dominated the league this season. Parklands versus Buruburu, Horizon versus Koeti. Both of these lounges have mathematically qualified for the final event for Ma Esto Fainali. Of course, both of these lounges will finish with a minimum of 3 points from this tournament. Buruburu, of course, would go up to 15. Donholm are now up to 9 points. Mombasa up to 8. So the gap is actually bigger than I had predicted earlier. The gap is actually now 6 points between second. Will be 6 points between second and third. So no chance for those bottom two lounges to qualify anymore. And once again, a sort of preview for what we'll be seeing perhaps in round 6 and definitely in the final event. But we're off. Horizon Esports on the ball here with Hussein Mawar, who ran the show in the second leg of the second semi-final. And I don't think Kuwaiti have managed to beat Horizon yet in all their encounters this season. So this will be an opportunity for them to get one over Horizon finally. They of course did win the final against Donbashira 10-0 last week. But Horizon had to eat a walkover. That's why they couldn't make it. But these are the two lounges again that really have been running the show. But so far, no clear-cut chances. The first one falls to Horizon here. Well, that wasn't really clear-cut, but the first chance of the game, really. We see Kelvin in the YouTube chat. People here have been having FIFA for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We have some very skilled players in this competition. Again, especially these two lounges here. They've shown some serious quality throughout the competition. They have a chance here to take the lead. Leon Goretzka, shot saved by Manuel Neuer. Can only assume those are team of the season cards in their squads again. We haven't been able to have a detailed look at their squads. And on top of being good players, of course, they have very high quality squads as well. Manuel Neuer punching that corner out. Finds the ball finds its way back to Dries Mertens, but he's dispossessed. And for most of this season, Abzak has been the one representing Horizon, but today, Jackson has been the one doing the business. I actually don't think we've seen Bazenga. Have we seen Bazenga play this season? I don't think so. Someone could correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, but I do not think so. It is Coutinho here for Horizon. Hussein Mawar plays it to Dembele, and it's a big save there from Jan Oblak. Horizon playing the corner shot. Of course, in terms of the meta of the game, headers are in the. It's not easy to score goals from headers in FIFA 21. So I notice a lot of players prefer to look for cutbacks and get clearer cut chances that way. And Horizon just had another big chance, but Oblak making another save there for Kuwaiti. Here's Kylian Mbappe again. Hussein Mawar off the crossbar. Jesus Christ, man. Horizon maintaining the pressure, but Kuwaiti keeping them out still. Remaining solid at the back. The corner's played short once again. Ousmane Dembele. Losing the ball there to Gianluca Zambrotta. And again, I think Essien and Dalglish on both teams, if I'm not wrong. Those two icons in particular, I don't know if there's anything special about them in terms of in a similar way, like players like Doumbia and Ahmed Musa and those guys were OP in like previous FIFAs. I don't know if that's a thing with Essien and Dalglish. But we've seen all four lounges use those two icons in particular. So maybe the players can educate me in the chat as well about that. There seems to be something in particular about those two icons that makes them a bit more special than the others. I'm not too sure. And there's Essien for Kuwaiti. Looking for Dalglish. I think Horizon are the only ones who've had clear-cut chances, but it's still 0-0. Dalglish playing it to Mbappe for Horizon. We're into the last 10 minutes of the first half here. Neither team has been able to break the deadlock. It's been fairly tight as the third place playoff was. We're looking at Michael Essien here. Into Kylian Mbappe. And there we go, first goal. Bit of a McGeady spin inside the box to create some space. Horizon always making use of those skill moves to create space for themselves. The flair. Making good use of the flair. They've managed to break the deadlock here. Seems like it might be business as usual for Horizon again. Again, Kuwaiti have not managed to beat them at a single time throughout the league this season. And I think this might be the third or fourth time they're facing each other. But that just tells you how dominant Horizon have been throughout the season. Since we began in the beginning of May. Horizon winning the ball back. We're approaching the 45th minute. Usman Dembele both going to halftime here. It is 1-0 to Horizon Gaming and Esports. Looking dominant as always. 72% possession, man. Jesus Christ. 4 shots, 2 on target. Horizon, I mean, another day in the office for them it seems, but it's only 1-0. It's not the best lead to have in terms of FIFA. We've seen situations where teams have had a slight lead and it's been turned around in an instant. We saw that in the first semi-final between Donbashra and Kuwaiti. I'm being told Essien and Dalglish both have 90 plus pace. Obviously, pace is a good start to have in this game. But Essien as a centre mid has 90 plus pace. Jesus Christ. Can understand why those two icons are highly favoured now. But anyway, into the second half. Kenny Dalglish for Kuwaiti. It's a big save there from Manuel Neuer. I think first corner of the game for Kuwaiti. Crossed inside. Again, I was talking about crossing not being, in terms of the meta of FIFA, not being an effective strat. I've seen a few headers going in this league, but it's much better to sort of cut inside and make and look for sweatier goals, as it were. But here's Dries Mertens losing possession. Horizon back on the ball. They'll wanna look for another goal that's gonna give them a bit of a cushion, give them a bit more confidence, a bit of breathing room. As much as they've been the dominant side in this final. Michael Essien looking for Kylian Mbappe. Hussein Mao again, who stole the show in the second leg of the semi-final against Lims. I believe he got himself 2 goals, 2 very well taken goals. Kuwaiti still looking for the equalizer. We're into the 60th minute. Alfonso Davies on the ball now for Horizon. Bit of space opening up for them now. Kylian Mbappe down the far side, probably going to look for a cutback. Hussein Mao. Kenny Dalglish could make it 2-0. Horizon extend their lead. And you have to say, man, how these guys just look unbeatable. Whichever player it is that's been representing them, Horizon have always come out on top. It's been sheer dominance from start to finish from them. And now they have a little breathing room, as I said earlier. as I was making reference to. Of course, they won't want to concede. Kuwaiti playing the ball out for goal kick quite sloppily there. And Horizon can relax a bit now. They have a 2-goal lead. It's very fascinating how the third place playoff and the final have gone tonight. These are some of the lowest scoring matches we've had in the league so far. Usually we see 5+ goals just flying in every match. The third place playoff was 2-1, of course. This one is 2-0 so far. Might still see Kuwaiti capitulating in the dying minutes of the game. But the way the game's been going, they've been looking pretty fairly solid despite conceding those 2 goals. And there's Kenny Dalglish flying in. I can't even speak properly right now. Good cross there from Kuwaiti, from Dries Mertens, I think it was. Dalglish flying in from way downtown to head the ball into the back of the net. They could have set up... Oh, my bad, guys, my bad. Could have set up an interesting end to the game here. Horizon are going to want to look for a 3rd goal now to bring back that cushion. Is Michael Essien, the Bison, looking for Hussein Aouar. Could he have taken a shot there instead of looking for the pass? He had a bit of space. Essien winning the ball back and passing it right back to Kuwaiti. Kenny Dalglish now bearing down. And it's headed out for a corner for Kevin Babu. Pause there, I think, from... well, I'm not entirely sure. I think Horizon making the pause here. Going to be looking to make a few adjustments. Still 2-1. Still looking very tight between these 2 lounges. Following this final, of course, we will be running Savannah Fight Night 18 tomorrow night, presented by G-Way Esports. You can follow Tekken254 on Twitter at itstekken254 and Instagram at Tekken254. Be getting updates on where you can watch those fights tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. We're approaching the 80th minute, the final 10 minutes of this final between Horizon and Kuwaiti. Mario Götze, the sub, just brought in. I think Horizon have been the dominant side, but Kuwaiti have done well to keep the score down and leave themselves in contention to win this final. It's only a 1-goal lead. Of course, Kuwaiti will have to score to take the game to extra time at least. They've won back possession. Sloppy pass there from Horizon. So they win the ball back. Aside from trying to get another goal, they want to maintain as much possession as possible in these dying minutes. You can see them doing that a little bit here. They've won themselves a free kick in a fairly dangerous position. Can expect them to play it short there. Ousmane Dembele looking for Juan Cuadrado. In Horizon, you can see just doing a bit of game management here, trying to hold on to possession as long as possible while still remaining in the final third. Looking to take advantage of any potential openings, but running down the clock at the same time. Here's Essien. Into the 90th minute now. I don't know how much added time there's going to be. I can expect there not to be too much. Only 1 minute. And coincidentally, the final attack of the game will fall to Kuwaiti. Big challenge there from Horizon. That should be the end of the game. Ref hasn't blown the whistle yet, has he? Oh, that's the end of the game. Horizon Gaming Lounge winning that one 2-1. A fairly tight final. I think the lowest scoring final we've had so far. And Horizon once again coming out on top. Their 4th tournament win of the season. Could possibly have been the 5th if they didn't have to eat a walkover last week. But you have to show respect to the other lounges. You know, one of them could possibly have won it, but yeah, a very tight affair. It was a good attack here from Kweti to make it 2-1. Kenny Dalglish, a very good header there. But in the end, Horizon once again coming out on top. And that means the standings once again will remain exactly the same. Parklands now up to 19 points. Buruburu up to 15. The gap between those two going up to 4 points. Donholm up to 9 points. And Mombasa up to 8 points. So gap between second and third once again is 6 points. No chance for those bottom two lounges to make the final anymore. It is done and dusted for those two lounges. And yeah, we still have one more preliminary round to play next week, round 6, before we head to Fainali. And obviously info on Fainali will be provided on our social media at eLeague Series on Twitter and Instagram. If you're not following us there already, it will be an offline event, so that's something I'm looking forward to very much. But yeah, for now, until round 6 next week, we have to say goodbye. Congratulations again to Horizon, commiserations to Donholm and Limbs and Don Bashra. Once again, falling away. Congratulations again to Kweti as well for qualifying for the final event. And yeah, it's been an interesting tournament tonight. So we have to say goodbye now. We've beaten the curfew. It is 9:55. So yeah, we'll let you guys go off and enjoy the rest of your night. Get home if you have to. So yeah, until next week, take care. Enjoy the rest of your night. I've been your boy DVK, the stream runner, Mr. Director. And yeah, until next time, it's a goodbye from us. Peace out. We'll see you next week.